I'm tired of the other women. I'm tired of him using me. For 2 months, I didn't even hear from you. Where were you?
I'm overwhelmed, man. I love you.
Fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me. He fooled you about 50 times.
We are a financial disaster because of him.
Divorce doesn't exist where I'm from.
Neither one of you is wrong for having your opinions, but it just makes you wrong for each other. There's been a huge breach of trust, according to you.
She was on the fast with the pastor. She sending pictures with a smoothie, a straw in her mouth, and a sausage McMuffin. Can I eat this, pastor? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hold on, why you gotta send pictures with it?
Here is today's case.
He says her smothering and insecure behavior is killing their 10-year relationship. She says it's his meddling father who is causing all their problems. Is this a case of two's company, three's a crowd? That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, our virtual audience is filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Ariane from St. Croix.
Ariane, welcome to Divorce Court. We're so happy to have you with us.
Your Honor, this is the case of Porter versus Ukpai.
Thank you, Juan. Mr. Kwaun Porter.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Ms. Kamry Ukpai.
Yes, Your Honor.
To Divorce Court today. I understand the two of you are not married, but you have been in a serious relationship, but you're also having some serious issues.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're trying to decide how to move forward, so you won't end up back here later down the road.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll start with you, Mr. Porter. Why don't you give me some background?
Okay, Your Honor. Well, I'm really looking for a solution to this problem. Like, she's a smotherer. Like, I can't go to the bathroom without her being in my face. She doesn't help me financially. I have to pay for everything, including extra stuff. So, and like, she always got a handout. So I'm just either looking for her to change her ways or we can part ways. That's all I want.
What do you have to say about that, Ms. Ukpai?
See, like I said, Judge, we have been down a long road. I think our problem is the sex and not having no privacy at our house. His dad been living with us for 10 months, and the oldest supposed to be 2 months. So, you know, we've been having a lot of problems. Communication problems is the main one. So, yes.
So you're both having a number of issues, and you say it stems from something different. So, off and on, you say you've been together for 10 years?
She says that we've known each other for 10 years, Your Honor.
We was together 10 years, Your Honor.
It was physical. It wasn't...
I was in my feeling. He played me. When you tell somebody you love them and you care about them and they the only ones, I'm your girl. You know what I mean, Judge? I'm your girlfriend. Men like to play mind games with you. You know what I mean? So now he want to say it was just physical. We was together.
Yeah, no.
But you've been living together these last 2 years.
These 2 years.
What do you say has happened since you moved in together?
Well, it started off good, Your Honor. First, she was working and everything. That's how they get you. She started off good. She was working, everything. Like, we was helping each other. I don't mind, like, paying bills and stuff, because I got a daughter of my own. So I want her to know a man's supposed to take care of the household. But if you come in with extra baggage, that you gotta do something. Don't throw attitudes every time you can't get your way. You get what I'm saying? Like, she got a real attitude problem at that.
Well, you said that you went to do a favor for a friend.
Yeah, so look, okay, I go pick up my friend. Like, she's such a smotherer or whatever, so I try to let her know every step that I make so it won't be an issue. So I'm like, okay, babe, I'm finna go pick up my friend, take him to go get his car, to make some little gas money or whatever, and I'll be right back. Cool, I go, something else come up or whatever, we end up trying to go do another little move. Now, in the midst of that, because I know how she is, I tell my homeboy, like, look, let me go pick up my girl real quick, because she was expecting me to be back within this time frame. He straight up told me, no, just take me back home, because I don't want to deal with them problems. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows that I bring around her energy.
He not his girlfriend. I'm his girlfriend. I come, me, the kids come first. I household come first.
So do you admit that you smother someone in their relationship?
Because I love him.
Okay.
I really do love him. He just don't understand. He just...
I don't
Why
understand.
are you crying?
Because you just don't understand how much I love this man. And I don't try to smother him. I really do not try to smother him. You know what I mean?
I can't go nowhere, man. Like, she tried to do this to try to play the whole victim role, but...
Ms. Ukpai, do you feel that if he's not with you somehow, you're missing out on something? Are you going to lose him one way or
I just feel like
another?
because it got a lot to do with our past, you know what I mean? And like, I just be nervous or just like worried. Or
if he's out of your sight?
And I don't want that
talk
to happen.
about the past, but it wasn't a relationship.
It
in
was
the
a relationship,
past.
Judge.
What happened when you went over to your cousins?
Yeah, when I went, that's what I was just saying. I was just trying to play the game or whatever. I had my phone on the charger, missed a few calls. Next thing you know, boom, 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 boom. She at the door looking for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all it is two dudes right there playing the basketball game, chilling. You
So
get
what
I'm
did
saying?
she say when you opened the door?
Why you not answering my phone calls? Why you know what I'm saying? What you doing? Who over here? And it's like, get out my face, man. Ain't nobody here, dog. Like, can I breathe?
Ms. Ukpai?
Judge, that's not true. Once he was at his cousin's house, and when he called me, matter of fact, I ended up calling him 3 times. He didn't answer. He ended up returning my phone call back, and it was girls in the background at his cousin's house. So of course I'm going to pop up. You know what I mean? I have all right.
You said that if she doesn't have you all to herself,
Yes.
she completely freaks out, even if you're on the phone for too long when you two of you are together?
Yes, I can be on the phone with like a family member or anything, and like she will straight up huff and puff, then, or she'll even come to me and be like, hey, I need you to do something. Then I get off the phone and then be like, so what's up? Never mind, I got it. Never mind.
Judge,
and
he be on his phone from early
what
morning
is you talking
to night.
about, bro? Like, dang, I can't even talk on the phone and we next to each other? That is weird. One day, I left to try to get away from the argument to go do some side work because my parents own a car lot, right? So I go down there and watch cars on the side, and actually I was purchasing another car that day. She pops up on me while I am working, like washing cars and purchasing another car. She comes catching the MARTA bus down Camden Road looking for me. And then she
Why?
stayed there the whole time.
So, because I just
and
want to
actually,
know
did she help me wash the car? She didn't even help me wash the
I just want to know what he
car.
was there. I just wanted, because he told me, I just wanted to see if he was going to tell me the truth.
So when you show up and you see he's actually where he says he's going to be, what happens?
I say, I ain't finna catch the bus back home. He my ride. I wait till he get ready to go home. Why would I catch the bus back? My man, what I look like?
Free me.
You said another issue is the children.
He doesn't believe in disciplining them. They can be up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning riding hoverboards and anything. Like, he doesn't believe
4
in
o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
It's not healthy to be going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's not an everyday thing. But to be honest, out of my kids, she's probably the biggest child.
Promotional consideration provided by You said another issue is with the children.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on with that?
You see, I love my kids to death. I really do. I love them just like my own. But he doesn't believe in disciplining them. He don't believe in whoopings or nothing. Like, they can be up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning riding hoverboards and anything. Like, he doesn't believe
4
in
o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
It's not healthy to be going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're not doing him any favors.
It might not be.
He's not getting the proper amount of sleep, rest.
I used to stay up all night.
Well,
you never
Mr.
been
Porter?
a child that wanted to stay up until the morning type thing? That's all they want to do. It's not an everyday thing. She tried to make it seem that way, but to be honest, out of my kids, she's probably the biggest child. You get what I'm saying? So like, all they do is play in their room or whatever. And like, the type of person I am, I'm private. So as long as y'all in y'all room with the door shut or whatever, have fun, clean y'all room when y'all get finished. Just don't bother me. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how I am. That's the type of parent I am. I might go in there and play with them sometimes, go jump on the bed, play basketball, ride the hoverboard in the house too.
But it's not about bothering you. It's about you making the decision as the parent.
Yeah, I
Because your
understand that.
job is to parent them. Kids want to do what they want to do. But that's why they have parents who tell them and guide them as to what's right and wrong and making good decisions for their health. Now, speaking of parenting, Ms. Ukpai,
Yes, ma'am.
I have some concerns because you have admitted in court today that you don't like for Mr. Porter to be out of your sight. And I'm trying to understand why.
I just love him. I love him that much. I want him with me everywhere I go.
But you're love bombing him. Do you know what that means?
No, ma'am.
So, because it is actually very healthy and encouraged for people in relationships to have and want some alone time. And when you want that alone time, when you want that me time, it doesn't mean I don't love you, I don't want to be around you. It just means that for the sake of this relationship, I want to have some time to myself. It's healthy. It's normal. And you should do it too. So it has nothing to do with him not loving you because he wants to go and play video games with his cousin, because he wants to run errands with his friends, or any of those things. It's just everyone should have their own friends, their own hobbies, their own things they enjoy doing in life, separate and apart from each other, and then you come together and you share in these experiences. That's healthy. That's normal, Miss Ukpai. What you're doing is not.
Okay.
It is too smothering. It is too controlling. You gotta loosen that grip, and you may think you're coming from a right place, but you're not. It's hurting your relationship. Do you understand? I think it's clear that he does love you, but you have to let him breathe and have his own life, his own friends, his own time to himself.
We've been staying in our apartment for 12 months. His dad been staying with us the whole 10 months. Can't walk around the house with panties and a bra on, be sexy for my man.
I asked her, I'm against it, but what do you think? Babe, that's your dad. You might as well let him come.
Mr. Porter, how long do you plan on staying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't plan on staying long.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free, 1-877-311-2222, or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. You said that it's because of the past, the reason why you want to stick beside him so much, because of what's happened in the past. Is there anything that you can share that can shed some light on what's going on with you?
I love him. He's my baby. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like we got problems on both our parts. I know, like, I be having attitudes, but it's his mouth. He brings it out of me. Another thing, like I said, he don't communicate with me, Judge. The whole time we've been staying in our apartment for 12 months, I never had my family, like, nobody come over, no company, never. You know what I'm saying? His dad been staying with us the whole 10 months. So, of course, I be aggravated because I want my house with my man and our kids. You know what I'm saying?
What happened, and how did those circumstances come about?
I straight up was against my dad coming down here. I asked her for some kind of say-so. I'm against it, but what do you think? Babe, that's your dad. You might as well let him come, this, that, and the third. Now he here. And now that he here, he helps. Like, if I'm the only one paying bills, and he do work or whatever, so he do contribute when he have money. She don't. So.
Is there any reason why she's not working?
No, but when I did have a judge, he told me he didn't want me to work. He said he make enough money to take care of both of us. He said he was that man like that. He said, baby, you don't need to work. I take care of you. And that's what you told me you
So that's the agreement?
Yeah.
That was the agreement.
And then when he at work, I stay home with the kid. I be with the kid.
Is that true? Was that the agreement? Did you say that?
Not in those words.
He said in them words, Judge.
But the thing is, like I said from the beginning, Your Honor, I don't mind providing. But when you gotta provide and then you gotta deal with attitudes and a whole bunch of extra stuff, like that's when it becomes too much baggage. Like, I don't got nothing to do with that.
So your father moves in with the two of you, and is there an agreement as to how long he's supposed to stay?
Oh, okay, now on that part,
They supposed to be 2 weeks. They supposed to be 2 weeks to 2
He did
months.
say a limit.
What's the limit?
It was a 2 week, 2 weeks to 2 months. But from the jump, I was against it, so that's on her.
But now that he's there, and he's been there outside of the agreed upon time, you understand why that's an issue. How large is the space?
It's a 2-bedroom apartment.
2-bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay, you said that. How has it been disruptive according to you?
Sex. For instance, we was having sex one day last week. He's calling Kwaun. Kwaun, he stops what he doing to go out there help him. We don't have no privacy. You know, I can't be loud in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my dad
I want to call his name and be freaky. I can't, the wall's thin, so I can't really do all that. Can't walk around the house with panties and a bra on, be sexy for my man. I just can't do that. I just want some alone time with me and him.
Because the apartment is so small.
Yeah, because he's sleeping in our living room.
Oh, that's in the living room. You've set up a place in the living room where he stays. Okay.
And just so you know, Your Honor, my dad is here on Skype, too. So,
he is?
Yes, he's here on Skype.
Well, let me hear from your dad, Mr. Porter.
How you doing, ma'am? I'm Kwaun's dad. How you doing?
How you doing, Mr. Porter? Are you currently in the living room? In the Porter home?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I'm at the house now.
How are you, sir? Well, tell me what's going on. What have you witnessed?
Well, I mean, I witness a lot. You know, they love each other. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of things together, a lot of nice things, but it's just a lot of kids, like they argue about little stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kwaun tried to go out and be with his friends and stuff like that. It's cool. But I even tell him too, like Kamry can go out with her friends too. They both need to interact and be out of the household instead of staying around each other. You know, there's gonna be problems when you around somebody 24 hours a day. You're gonna get tired of that person and that person gonna get tired of you. You know, so I mean, other than that, they have a good relationship. You know, I've been here with them for longer than what I expected, but like when I first met Kamry had a job. She was doing her own, you know what I'm saying? And like now, it's like she rely on Kwaun too much, and that's not cool because Kwaun gonna have your back, but you gotta have your own back. You gotta have, you know what I'm saying, do things for yourself too, so y'all both can be happy together. You just can't, one ain't gonna make it.
How long do you plan on staying in the apartment? Do you have an exit strategy at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't plan on staying long. It's just that, you know, I've been going through little things. So, you know, my son was like, Dad, you know, just, he wants me out of there. I understand that too. And I'm ready to leave myself too, but I'll be out of there soon, especially after what I heard today, but I'll be out of there soon.
Okay, Mr. Porter, we appreciate you and your testimony here today, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I think what your dad said, he offered some pretty good advice and perspective there.
Yeah.
Controlling behavior in relationships can cause issues ranging from verbal arguments to conflicts that lead to explosive communication or even physical altercations. To find a therapist you can talk to about the conflicts that you're experiencing between you and your partner, visit betterhelp.com/divorce court.
Ms. Ukpai, I think you should think about working again. You know why? Because you want to establish your own identity. You want to have something to look forward to on a day-to-day basis outside of the home. I'm sure you're doing a great job parenting, but your focus has just become so insulated. You need to find yourself again. What is it that you like to do? What is it that you want to do with your career? What is it that you want to do with your life? Because I think when you do that, you'll be less focused on what Mr. Porter is doing all the time and where he is.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's great that you love him so much. But, you know, healthy love is really about also establishing and respecting people's boundaries. And I think it's really, really healthy for you to have some of your own interests outside of the relationship, Ms. Ukpai.
Okay.
Okay? You gonna do that?
Yes, ma'am.
When you leave court today?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. And I know you say that you feel like you're a parent to not only your children, but Ms. Ukpai, but I want you to make some better parenting decisions.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about you being so lax. It's your job to set those parameters and set those guidelines for them, Mr. Porter. They look to you. You are their hero. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And of course they're gonna stay up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because you're allowing them to. So set some boundaries also for your children's sake. And for your dad too, because it's really difficult when you start allowing family members, and I respect the fact that when people fall on hard times, you open up your door, you agreed to it, because that's what we do with family. But again, it's about those boundaries and coming up with a plan and an exit strategy so everyone can be happy and feel like you have your home. Again, the two of you and the children. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to both of you. I wish you well.
The best advice that Judge Faith gave me is just, you know, try to get him some distance, work on myself, try to find myself, find something that I'm good at, I enjoy and actually do. Because that'll like help both our relationships out instead of us being each other 24/7. So I thank you, Judge Faith.
I'm gonna help her fill out a couple of job applications, and I'm just gonna stick it out and see where it goes.
I'm so happy that you just went through this. We gotta do better though, for real.